We are what? We are who? We are what? Vibrant. We are who? 50 plus. Hi, welcome to Gray Lives on the Rise. I am your host, Professor Jamila Franklin, and we are coming to you from Uriodain Enterprises, being sponsored by Jamila Sense, which is our product line of aromatherapy products that helps heal the mind, body, and soul. And we are bringing to you Alamaj's rebirthing program, as well as Jamila Sense, and a host of wonderful programs that will help heal your body, heal your soul, and heal your mind. 50 plus people, we are here to stay. Gray Lives on the Rise. We are what? We are who? We are vibrant, and we are here to stay. Join us for our wonderful episodes. Thank you, and continue to look for our episodes weekly, being brought to you again from Uriodain Enterprises and Jamila Sense. See you soon. Greetings, everyone. This is Professor Jamila Franklin, and this is another wonderful episode with Gray Lives on the Rise. You see? Gray Lives on the Rise. And you see Maryse? Maryse has a wonderful mug. So, yes. And we're going to get started. But first, I'm going to give you some background information about how this got started. I was walking about a year and a half ago, and this download came into my consciousness. And when I say download, I mean I'm receiving something from Spirit, God, Yahweh, Jehovah, whatever name you would like to call it. And the download basically said, you know, there's nothing for your particular demographic, the 50 plus. And I got to thinking, I said, yeah, that's true. Now, this is all while I was walking. I got the whole plan laid out. And it was like, okay, what would you like to call it? What would you call it? And it's a Gray Lives Matter. I said, nah, that's overused. Then Gray Lives on the Rise. Lives rhymes with rise, and we're on the ascent. We're going up, not down. I said, yeah, I like that. I like that. And then the consciousness said, okay, you have nothing that speaks to this group positively. And I looked at the two organizations in America, Medicare and AARP. And AARP is the American Association for Retired Persons. And Medicare is the organization that deals with people who are on a lot of medications. I'm not, thankfully. My friends are not. Some people are, and there's no judgment. But those are the only two things. And I said, we are far greater than those two organizations. And I thought, I said, okay, what should we do about this? And so we need to rechange, we need to relanguage it, and rather than saying something like old, feeble, elderly, seniors, we're vibrant, we're mature, we're seasoned, we are golden. Those adjectives are very different than old and feeble. You know, you have a negative image when you hear those words. So I said, okay. Then I said, all right, we need to brand it. And how do you brand something? You come up with merchandise. So we have the online store, Gray Lives on the Rise, like I showed you before, with the shirts, the t-shirts, mugs like Maryse has, hoodies, cosmetic bags. We have a whole line of things. And go to our website and you will see all of these things, right? So thought about that. Then I said, okay, the next thing was the podcast. We need to have something to get information out about people who are 50 plus, because the information that's out there is not positive, it's negative. And so came up with the idea of having a podcast that is not local, national, but global, international. So, and talking with people from around the world that are having the same issues in terms of being discriminated against because they're 50 plus, the ages. But the irony is that the people who own the businesses and corporations are 50 plus. The people who are discriminating are 40 and younger in HR. If they see that you're a certain age, your resume gets thrown into the trash. So I said, well, we don't need to ask them for permission. We just need to mobilize amongst ourselves. We have doctors, lawyers, business people, and all that. Pull the resources together and buy from one another. Green talks. When they see that the money is no longer flowing into their coffers, they will start asking the right questions. So that came out of that. And so we have people on the podcast that are talking about all types of issues as they relate to people who are 50 plus. And we now building up like a resource bank so people can know about others like them in other cities and countries. So now a little bit about myself. I'm a certified aromatherapist, a certified Reiki master, a certified metaphysician, a college professor of psychology. I've had my own clinical practice for over 30 years. My specialty now is healing ancestral trauma, because a lot of us have trauma that manifests as PTSD, post-traumatic slave disorder, if you're a melanated person, or post-traumatic stress disorder for others. So I said, okay, I need to do something to address that. So my company that underwrites this program is Jamila Sense. I have a wonderful product, Peace Be Still. Peace Be Still. It's wonderful. It has lavender, lemongrass, and geranium. And just put it in the palms of your hands. You see how clear it is? Palms of your hands, and you rub it together. Ooh, some people can feel the heat. When you breathe in, deep faith. You're alone, you can breathe in 10 times. And put the rest of your arms and the body is really soft. It makes your arms and your body feel very soft. And flies and mosquitoes will not come near you during the summer. They don't like the way it smells. So, Uriodain Enterprises, Jamila Sense, and to find out more about our products and services, go to uriodainenterprises.com. And that's spelled OYINDE Enterprises, ENTERPRISES.com. So, having said that, I'm going to introduce our wonderful guest speaker this evening. You're going to be very, very impressed with all the things that she has to say and her background, and I'm so pleased that she's one of our guest speakers. Her first name is Maryse. Maryse is a powerhouse with over 25 years of experience as a social worker, entrepreneur, and insurance agent. From creating a business, helping women over 40 plan for retirement, to serving as a social worker for kids in foster care in New York and Florida. And her journey is truly inspiring. She'll be sharing her wisdom on navigating retirement planning in middle age. Yay! We need that. Offering valuable insights on how to accumulate wealth quickly for a satisfying retirement. And that's the thing I know for myself. I was like, how did I get here? I didn't plan well. You're just living your life when you're younger and thinking about putting away money. And then you look up, you're 60, 65 or whatever. You're like, oh, where's my stash? You don't have one because you just stashed it away. So Maryse, tell us about how you were able to merge those careers together, being a social worker, entrepreneur, and an insurance agent. How did that all come together?
Okay, so I was working as a social worker in New York, working with kids in foster care. It was very stressful. And during COVID, I was laid off. So it was a godsend. And I was happy about it. But so I took an early retirement. And then I discovered, because through the years I didn't have jobs with a lot of benefits, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't accumulate enough saving. So it was a little bit difficult, even though I was really frugal. I learned to be frugal and live on the minimum, but I wanted more.
Yeah.
So I prayed about it, and I didn't want to go back to a job from 9 to 5. So I
Yeah.
prayed about it, and I had the idea of going into business for myself. But I didn't want to really go in a regular business working 40, 50, 60 hours and
Yeah.
not having any freedom. So uh, I really looked into it, and I met a mentor on Facebook, somebody who became my mentor and
Mm-hmm.
introduced me to network marketing.
Mm.
So when I heard about it, you know how you hear about network marketing, there's a lot of negative
Yeah.
information about it. But I
Mm-hmm.
did my research, and the company was a company that was 50 years old,
Mm-hmm.
very innovative, very on the brink of what's going on, like Amazon and Legal Shield, where the mission is to bring affordable legal protection to everybody.
Mm-hmm. I have a
Every,
legal shield. Mm-hmm.
oh, good.
Yeah.
That's very good. And
Mm-hmm.
you also can work. They are fantastic, a fantastic company to work with. They train you. They give a lot of very good compensation, and
Mm.
they're really a really great company. And
Mm-hmm.
um, it turned out that it was the best decision that I could have made, because in network marketing, you have leverage and residual income, meaning that after a year, if you plan right and if you work well, you don't have to work anymore.
Yeah.
Not that I won't work anymore, because I enjoy working, I enjoy the stimulation, but I don't want
Yeah.
to have to work.
Exactly.
I want
Exactly.
it to be
Becomes more enjoyable when you don't have to. It becomes a burden when you feel like you have to. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I wanted to have the freedom to work from anywhere. So
Yeah. To
from
be
the
remote.
beach, while traveling. So that was a really good thing. But before I did the network, I started working as an insurance agent, because I still wanted the residual income. When you work as an insurance agent,
Mm.
you get a client for life. Well, for a very long time, as long as
Mm.
they keep the policy. And while being uh, an insurance agent, I discovered a product, Index Universal Life, that allows you to accumulate wealth
Mm-hmm.
very quickly, because you have um, a saving component, because it's a whole life,
Mm-hmm.
and you have a saving component, and you have an index where the policy is attached to the market. But as opposed to the stock market, you gain when the market goes up, but you don't lose, because there's a floor. You don't lose when the market goes down. So it's a very safe product. And it's a
Mm.
product that a lot of rich people use, because you can be your own banker,
Mm-hmm.
because you can loan yourself money and you don't pay taxes on it. So a lot of wealthy people use Index Universal Life. So I
Yeah.
discovered that by going into network marketing with a very good company, you have to do your research, and
Mm-hmm.
with having a Index Universal Life policy and annuity,
Mm-hmm.
I can catch up. And I started working with women who are middle aged and want to catch up in for their retirement. So I have a group on Facebook called, called Empower Her Wealth, where I
Mm-hmm.
give information and tips about how to manage your retirement finances and
Yeah,
thrive.
yeah. There's a lot of people like myself hadn't thought about it. And I don't know, I must have been asleep for about 10, 15 years. Then I
Yeah.
woke up, I woke up and said, how did I think I could live on this? Yeah,
Mhm.
I agree 100%. I think it's never too late to start planning. People tell people if you're over 50, you can stop planning because you
No,
don't
it's
have much
never too late.
time left. And I said, no, you have as much time as you need and you can go to complete this assignment.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. So but you have the background in terms of insurance. Uh,
I have a bachelor in economics
yeah,
and a master's in research, and I started my career in banking.
in
I worked
banking.
in banking for 10 years. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, you've done a great job in taking the banking experience and pulling it over into your program, this
The
network
business.
marketing
Yeah.
program. I think that was creative. That was creative. What did you like most when you were in the workplace, and what did you like the least?
What I liked, I'm going to start about what I like the least. I didn't like having to wake up every day and going to work from 9 to 5.
Yes. Oh, yes.
I'm a free spirit. I like my
Yes.
freedom. I really didn't
Yes.
like that.
And you can go to the bathroom when they tell you you can go. Uh,
Exactly.
your life is not your own.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I like the structure. I like um, having to go out and going to some place. Because at the beginning, when I was retired, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't like that I didn't have to go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't working on my business yet, so I was completely free, but I was bored and I slept until 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm. Well, you
I
know,
was not enjoying my retirement. That's why I advise people. And I read a book, I don't remember the name of the book, where they recommend for you to work during your retirement. Plan to work because it's stimulating and you can be more creative and you're more fulfilled than if you stay home not doing anything.
mm. Yeah, when you are in charge of your own destiny, you are more fulfilled because
Yeah,
you work, you can see the payoff. You're working and you see the payoff. You see the ramifications of your efforts. But when you're working for someone else, you can be putting out 100 hours and you get paid for 40.
yeah. But what is also very important is to choose something where you have a mission,
Yes,
where you're
yes,
contributing, you're helping people. That's really
yes,
important.
yes, yes. Yes, you should be led by your purpose and your mission. And a lot of, not a lot, but some people now are led by greed. How much money is it going to pay? They don't even look at the expectations, the responsibilities. It's just, what's the dollar amount? Then I would make a decision as to whether or not I'm going to apply for this position. But then I'm
Yeah. And that's a
motivated
mistake.
by,
Yeah.
then I'm motivated by the things we used to be motivated by, because it's money. It's not about the joy helping other people and satisfaction and seeing that this person finally learned to read. That's not their motive.
Yeah, and if you're motivated by money only, going into business is very difficult because at the beginning you may not make any money. It takes time to make money in business. You have to develop the following, you have to develop the clients, you have to brand yourself, you have to
Mm-hmm.
do a lot of things to build before you really get the real money. Although in network marketing, it's faster because you're working with a company. You're an
Yeah,
independent contract. You're an independent
yeah,
associate. You have your own business. but you're
Yeah,
under the umbrella of a big company, so it goes
yeah,
faster.
yeah, yeah. The thing about network marketing, like you said, you can have your own company inside of a company that's providing structure. So
Exactly.
you have the backup that is needed. I think that's, I
Yeah.
think that's really good. So you're not selling a tangible product, you're just selling an idea in
No, I'm
terms
selling, yeah, I'm selling a service, legal protection and identity protection
of,
through its prepaid legal plan. You have a subscription and you have access to a lawyer 24/7
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You
for
do all those
any
things.
legal issues. Yeah,
Yeah, and I've used it on a number of occasions. I've used it in my business, I've used it personally, I've used it for rental information. This is really,
yeah,
really
there's
good.
a lot of things
Really
you
good.
can use a lawyer for that you don't when you know you're going to have to pay $1,000.
Right,
For
right.
instance, for years I wanted to do my will, but I never did because I didn't want to pay the $1,000. And then when I got Legal Shield, it came with it. I didn't have to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
I just tap on my app. There's an app, and
Mm-hmm.
you get in contact with a lawyer, and they send you the form, and you just fill it out, and it's
Mm-hmm.
done.
Yeah,
So now I have peace of mind. Yeah.
I've been a member since 2007.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I've recruited quite a few people.
Oh, you work for them also?
No, well, they wanted me to as an associate director or whatever, but I chose not to.
Oh,
But
okay.
excuse me, but I have referred people. I have hiccups. I refer people to them because
Oh, okay.
it's like an HMO. An HMO is you pay a certain amount a month, which is
Yeah.
fairly low, and then you go in to use all the services.
Yeah.
With this, it's the same thing. You subscribe maybe to the woman, but then once you subscribe, um,
You have access to the law firm.
you have you have all of it. Well, I have hiccups sometimes. The thing that I really like is that you can use all the services.
Yeah.
For your business, you have to pay a little bit more for your business, but for personal, for divorce, for anything, for
Or traffic ticket
and they will go to court
to
with you
court for
with the
you. Yeah.
traffic ticket. Yeah, yeah. But the really good thing that I like, unlike with the private attorney, if something happens, if the private attorney scams you, you have no recourse except to go to the state bar to complain. But with Legal Shield, you have a recourse because I've had to report, excuse me, I have the hiccups, twice.
Oh,
And I
really?
could get in touch with the headquarters in Oklahoma
Oh, okay.
because the company in Georgia is Deming, Parker, and someone else. But I called uh, the headquarters and they handled it. They handled it, which was really good. So being a member of this, like you are, and recruiting people, I think is really good because, like you said, it's passive income. I have to drink some water. It's passive.
Yeah. And
It's passive
residual.
income.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excuse me. No, keep talking about it as I drink this water to stop the hiccups.
Yeah. So you not only what's good about internet marketing is network marketing is that you also work with a team. You're not alone. You build a team
Mhm.
and you help people. You have to really believe in the product. It has to have a good product. A lot of, if it doesn't have a good product, it's a pyramid, it's a scheme. That's the difference between a real good network marketing company and a company that's a pyramid. You
Mhm.
have to have a
I
very
like
good
that. I like
product.
that. Mhm.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that comparison because you're right. But Otherwise, it'll be a pyramid. It's been, do you know how long it's been in operation? Because I know they
For
have,
52 years.
oh, 52? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I know
52.
that they have offices in major cities. I know because they have, well, there's a headquarters in Oklahoma, and then they have different big time firms in different cities that
They're also in Canada. Yeah.
are in Canada as well.
Yeah, and Puerto Rico.
In Puerto Rico, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, okay. But I know that they pick large firms in different cities to
Yes.
as subsidiaries. And so
Yes.
you deal with the local firm. But like I said, if the local firm does not meet your standards, you can always call it corporate.
Yeah.
And they are very responsive. I've had to do that on a couple of occasions. They're very responsive.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So what is your goal in terms of people who are 50 plus? How can this benefit them? What particular, because I know one particular division that will really be beneficial, but what do you think? Oh, mm,
Well, the side of building the team and working with the company, uh, what's good if you're starting to build your retirement income on and saving kind of late, if you really apply yourself, you can snowball very quickly. In 5 years, you can have a really, really very good income and nest egg if you
mm,
really do it right. From 5 to 10 years, depending on how you work and how your team goes.
mm-hmm,
Uh, so that's why I recommend it to a lot of people who are 50, 40 plus or 50 plus
mm-hmm,
because not only do you work with people, you're not by yourself, you're
mm-hmm,
stimulated because they train you, you have
mm-hmm,
meetings, you have traveling, you get to go on travel on trips with your teammates. So
mm-hmm,
it's really a good solution for a lot of people who are retirees.
mm-hmm. And for those who would not work it as a business, but who would like to look at the services, I think they have a very good, they give you a very good overview of wills and trusts.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
if you are 50 plus and you tap into this organization and pay the monthly membership fee, you have access to lawyers, and I've used them for since 2007. I've used them in so many different cases, traffic cases, business cases, a lot of,
Document reviews if you're in real estate,
yes,
if you're
yes,
buying a house. Yeah.
yes, yes, document reviews, yeah, yeah. And then if you have to sue someone, uh, you would pay, what's it go? Um, they will cover 25%, and then you
Yeah,
pay
depending on your
for the
plan.
rest.
There are
Yeah.
three different plans. It depends on your plan. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So can you explain the plan, the
Okay,
different
they
plans?
have I don't remember exactly everything that's in each plan, but they
Mm-hmm.
have the basic, the preferred, and the premium.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on what on the in the basic, you can have a will done,
Mm-hmm.
but you cannot have, for instance, on the basic, you cannot have representation in court. You
Mm-hmm.
have to pay a surplus to get the hours for the uh, attorney.
Mm-hmm.
In the premium, certain thing you get more.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you get more, so that's why depending, it's going to depend on your needs. And
Mm-hmm.
usually, when we sell it, we go over you with you over what your needs are, and we tailor the plan to your need.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But I know it's really good. And you can have free consultation once you join. Whereas
Yes,
if you are out there in the world and you're looking for a lawyer, it's hit or miss.
it's
And
$200
sometimes
an hour.
how much?
$300 at least an hour.
Yeah, yeah, and it's hit or miss in terms of whether or not the lawyer is really good or
Yeah,
good for you. You can just be throwing money down an empty hole. Whereas with prepaid legal, I mean, legal shield, it used to be prepaid legal, but legal shield, you can call and talk to any lawyer in that area. You know, they can supply you with different lawyers to get a solution that
yes,
is favorable to you and for you. And that's good
yeah,
because the company sorts that out for you. You call and the switchboard then assigns a lawyer to review your case. Whereas if you're calling blue out of the blue using the yellow pages, just tap your finger and then wherever it is, that's the person you call.
yeah.
That's risky, very risky. Yeah, yeah. So Legal Shield for me has been really great because they would draft letters for you. I've had them do that for me and mail them off to the companies.
And it's really,
Uh,
really very useful because if you have a dispute with a company for a product or a service, if you call them, they're not going to listen to you. But if your attorney sends a letter, they
oh
resolve it
yeah,
right away in your favor.
oh yeah. And the thing that Legal Shield does is it's not going to talk to anyone other than you because you're the member, but they
Yes,
will send a detailed letter
yes,
advising the company um, to do the right thing. And that's what I like. Like I said, you have people over at the top,
yeah,
match you with the people that are good because you don't know on your own. You're looking at the yellow pages, who is the best fit for you, but they listen to you. And I think the customer service department is really great. They listen to you and then they channel you to the person that would best
exactly.
meet
Yes,
your needs.
yes.
And the membership fee it's okay. When I first started, it was like $9 a month. Now it's up to
The basic
$20.
plan is 29.95 right now.
Right, it's 29. When I
It's
first
still
started,
very cheap for
yeah, when
what you're
I first
getting.
started, it was a lot cheaper. A lot cheaper than that. A lot cheaper. But I'm glad we're talking about this because I have the plan myself, and I never thought of using it as a business, working it as a business straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
But it can be done.
Yeah, they have the business add-on. You pay a little bit more, but you're
Yeah,
covered. Yeah.
yeah, you have to pay a little bit more in order to get their expertise. How else do you think that people can benefit either as a member or as a customer of Legal Shield? I'm going to step away for a second because there's some water. How can they benefit? You know, you've given some information,
You
but
can benefit for all type of things because in your life, in everyday life, things come up. At least you have peace of mind because you
mhm,
know if the unexpected happen,
mhm,
you
mhm,
have protection.
mhm,
And because a lot of people do not go to a lawyer because it's too expensive,
exactly.
but you may need one. And if you need one, it's good to have a plan that's not going to prevent you from reaching out to a lawyer. That's
Yeah,
very important. Yeah.
yeah. And I don't know, here in Georgia, the number one legal concern are car accidents. You see
That's right. Yeah.
billboards throughout the entire city. Uh, lawyers that can represent you in car accidents because people here drive so interestingly, so frenetically. They're always zipping in and out. So there are so many accidents. And
And the worst part is being in an accident. That happened to me. Is being in an accident and being sued, even though you didn't do anything.
mhm,
That's
mm,
really something that's so unfair. If you're not protected, what are you going to do?
mhm, yeah, yeah. Is and it becomes a bit overwhelming because I know I was in a car accident a couple of years ago, and it was overwhelming as to what to do, who to
Yeah,
call, and all that. But when you're in this membership with Legal Shield, it's all laid out, and they then will refer you to the attorney that they feel is best suited for your case.
that's
So
right. Yeah.
you don't have to do the research, you don't have to do the worry, you don't have to do any of that.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think it's a good program. It works just like an HMO, like a health maintenance organization, except that it is legal instead of
And
health.
identity theft is so prevalent right now. And if
The
you don't
what?
have
What is?
identity theft,
Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
and if you're not covered, it can be so hard to get
Yeah,
your identity back and everything back to normal.
yeah,
Legal Shield has the best identity theft protection on the market.
yeah, yeah. I agree. Things now you have to think about that you didn't have to think about before. So
Yes,
if someone wanted to sign up and be an agent like you, and the person lives in Florida and you live in New York, how would that work?
there's no problem. You can do it.
So even
It
if the
doesn't,
person doesn't live in the same state as you,
no, you don't have to live in the same city. I have people all over.
mm, that's good to know. So
Yeah.
most people will be like, well, I wanted to do it, but she lives in New York and I live over here in Kansas. How is that going to
I
happen?
mean, most of the meetings are done on Zoom or telephone.
Mm-hmm,
The weekly meetings are on Zoom. The meetings with the clients are on Zoom now.
mm-hmm,
So everything is done through through Zoom and telephone. So you don't need to be in the same city.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. So what is the future for you in this company?
Well, I plan on working another 5 to 6 years and becoming a ring earner and a director
Hmm.
and having a pretty nice team of people that I worked with, that I help, and that I inspire and uh, help them change their life,
That's
finding a
wonderful.
solution.
That's wonderful to be able to
Yes,
do that and help people who have incomes that seem to be restricted. As the older you get, like you were saying, you only had Social Security, and
that's right.
that could be a scary, daunting thing to know that your only source of income is Social Security, and if something happens to that, then you're out the water, you're fish
That's
out
right.
of water. Whereas by signing on and creating your own businesses, then you don't have to be as dependent upon the market and the
Yes, and you have tax benefits.
mm-hmm,
You don't pay as much taxes.
mm-hmm,
So really having your own business through network marketing is really the best solution because you're not by yourself. You have something stimulating to do.
mm-hmm,
You're growing, you're helping people.
mm-hmm,
You're part of a mission to bring, in the case of That's why you have to uh, get with an interesting company that's doing something different. In this case, with Legal Shield, we know we're disrupting the legal market with
Mm-hmm.
prepaid plans that
Mm-hmm.
are not expensive, that are affordable. So
Mm-hmm.
anybody can now afford to have legal protection.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really very rewarding.
Mm. Yeah, but I think that, like you said, if you put your mind to it, you stay focused. And the upside of it is that you're helping people with financial literacy. People who
Yes.
don't have thousands of dollars in the bank may feel uncomfortable. Um, they will feel uncomfortable if they don't have someone to help them become prosperous and affluent later on in life, because usually people feel like if they don't have money in the bank by a certain age, then it's
Yes.
over. And they start feeling very despondent and very, because I was in, I did well, and I had to live on some of the money that I had set aside. So you
Mm-hmm.
look up and you're like, how did I get here? I worked hard. I worked consistently most of my life, and now here I am, 50 plus, and I don't have the nest egg that I thought that I would have. So what did I do? And people then start to panic, and they become, and I used to laugh about this, but I don't laugh about it anymore. They become Walmart greeters at the,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, or baggers. You see a
But
lot of
what
people.
can you do being a Walmart greeter? It's not really very rewarding.
Yeah, well, some people have to do it because they need to bring in extra income at that stage. And one thing about Walmart is that that's where you see a lot of the older people, I know in Atlanta working. It seems like they don't discriminate against them.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that they did not think that they would be a Walmart greeter after they retired.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, no, if you're making a lot of money. So with this, it helps people who did not have that one, the nest egg that I had mentioned earlier, who didn't have it, and it keeps them from blaming themselves for not having it. Because life happens. You could have $10,000 saved in the bank, and then you can one hospital stay can wipe that whole thing out.
That's right. That's right.
And people start
That's
judging
why
people.
that's why I got into I really happy to counsel people about insurance product
Yeah,
because a lot of people don't think about care later on that they will need.
yeah. And most people are one paycheck away from,
That's right.
being destitute. So
Yes.
before people judge people, just say, okay, you one paycheck away or one social security check away. How many people can miss getting social security for 2 to 3 months and
Yeah,
be okay? Some can, but a lot can't. So
that's right.
just
Yeah.
because you didn't have the foresight to plan a certain kind of way, now that you know better, you can do better. And thanks
Yes.
out to Maryse. Maryse is excellent. She's a dedicated member with the Legal Shield. She knows the different services. She knows their different products. And she has
And
said that
and
you
the
don't have to
group
be
on
local.
Facebook is free to get information. I
Mhm,
post every day different information about having an emergency fund, what
mhm.
investment to make, how to be frugal, why it's better to be a little bit more frugal so you can accumulate more, how to, yeah, different topics.
Yeah,
Power her wealth.
yeah. And I've heard that people should live below their means.
That's right. Yes. Yes,
Don't
it's
go
very
out and
important. Yeah.
buy the latest pairs of shoes or clothing just because you want. Take the money and invest, set it to the side and invest to watch it grow as opposed to watching it go when you
That's
spend.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
You watch it grow and not just go. So, Maryse, tell people how they can get in touch with you in the few remaining moments that we have.
They can find me on LinkedIn.
Okay, spell
Marie,
everything out so that they would know how to locate you.
excuse me?
Spell out your name and everything so that they can know how to
Oh,
locate you.
Maryse, and the last name is Urio, D like David,
Mm-hmm,
AIN.
mm-hmm,
And on Facebook, it's the same. I have a private Facebook group page, and I have the Facebook group Empower Her Wealth, one word in one word. And yeah, I have Facebook and LinkedIn. I'm on Instagram, but I'm not that active, so I won't give it out.
mm-hmm.
And I'm not on TikTok or X.
Yeah, I'm not on TikTok nor X either. Yeah. So,
Maybe I should be in the future. Yeah.
yeah.
But they tell you to concentrate on one or two
Mm-hmm,
platforms
mm-hmm,
and be really good at it.
mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I am not on TikTok either nor on X for political reasons. But
Oh,
you can also do very well not being on those two
that's
platforms.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
You can do very well. People think that they have to be on all those social platforms, and you don't.
No.
Yeah. So what I really enjoyed having this conversation because I share this in common with you. With Legal Shields, I know about the product. I think it's really good, particularly for people who are looking for legal advice. And
And identity protection. Yeah.
yes, and
That's
I
very
think
important nowadays.
it is. And then wills and trusts for those people who would like to know the difference between a will and a trust and how to set it up. Legal Shield can help you. And all these little things, some of these are free services as opposed to when you go to uh, a regular lawyer. Every time you
Yeah.
walk through the door, you have to have your checkbook out, right? And
Yeah.
or your
Yeah.
debit
You can
card.
talk to a lawyer anytime with Legal Shell. When you have the subscription, you can talk to a lawyer and ask any questions, and they don't charge you.
Yeah, and you can shop around because I've had to do that. There were some attorneys that I didn't resonate with, and I could shop around, and
Mm-hmm.
headquarters will give you someone else as opposed to using private attorneys, not knowing who's good. Every time you go into the office, you're putting down so much money as a
Yeah.
deposit, and then you don't have anything to show for it at the end of the day. You don't have anything to show for it. So with Legal Shield, they would do the background check and all that other good stuff for you. So
Yes.
Maryse, thank you so much.
Thank you. I really
Yeah,
enjoyed
thank
it.
you. Yeah, I did. I really enjoyed it. So what would you like to tell the listeners in a short period of time that we have left?
What I would like to tell my 50 plus, particularly women, is
Yeah,
to not give up. Uh, not give up, not think in terms, age is just a number. I know it's a cliche, but it's true. Age is just a number.
mm,
Um, not thinking about your age, not putting limits on yourself,
yeah,
and
I like that.
knowing that you can start over. You can enjoy yourself.
It's never too late. Never too
Never
late.
too late.
Never too late. Yeah, yeah. It's never too late. Well, thank you so much, Maryse. And she's going to sign off showing you her cup, Great Lives in the Rise mug.
Yes.
And here, so go to our website, oyendeenterprises.com, and you will see Great Lives on the Rise. And it's OYINDE Enterprises, ENTERPRISES.com. Go there and you'll see Great Lives on the Rise. It's our newest baby. go to our shop and get the wonderful merchandise that we have, because we are here to stay. We're not going away. I like that. We're here to stay. We're not going away. So
You have a
check
great
out our
mission, so of
store.
course you'll be here to stay
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're here to stay. We're not going
and
away.
grow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So go to our website, check us out, and subscribe and like our YouTube channel, Great Lives on the Rise. Check it, subscribe to it. And we're on every Sunday from 7 to 8 p.m. And you're going to hear other wonderful speakers like Maryse. And we're so thankful that you joined us on this Sunday.
Thank
Take
you.
care and namaste. Be
Bye.
well. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Gray Lives on the Rise, being brought to you by Jamila Scents, which is the product line of Oyende Enterprises. Jamila Scents is a 100% natural aromatherapy line that heals the mind, body, and soul. This episode of Gray Lives on the Rise was intended to uplift you, to inspire you, and to motivate you. Please tell all of your friends, family members, and anyone you know who's 50 plus, who's living a vibrant life and interested in doing more and enjoying life even to its fullest. So thank you, and please subscribe, like, and comment on this video and all our videos. Thank you, and until next time, until our next podcast, namaste and be well.